Hello everybody, 'tis the amazing gaming guy here, and welcome to Planet Coaster, where I'm gonna say continuing Mainstreet, but as you'll notice straight away, there have been some massive changes in this series, and really I'd like to call it a new series. Even though I'm still building Mainstreet, I'm still using the buildings that I was using before, but it's a completely new park, completely new setting, completely new idea, really. And we're just going to be trying to do something very different with it than what I was trying to do before. So I thought I would try to give a proper explanation for what's going on here and what we're doing. But first, a quick mention on what we're building today. We're building a really big, massive, fancy, cool candy shop. That's right, this is a candy shop, this new building. I thought that the childish part of me just wanted the most big and grand and magnificent building on Main Street to be a candy shop, because I'll forever be a child at heart, I think. So yeah, that's why I gave the most significant building that I will be building on Main Street to the candy shop, because really that is the most important building on Main Street, isn't it, really, when you think about it. In fact, actually, I was joking just then, but really, thinking about it in a Disney setting, it kind of is the most important building. It's the one that the most people are going to go to, really, isn't it? So yeah, there you go. It makes sense. I was being really smart, apparently. I didn't think I was being, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. So yeah, my colour scheme for this building is going to be sort of almost yellowy creams. In fact, more yellow than cream. Yeah, so yellow, basically. Yellow, cream, and red. That's going to be my sort of the basis for my colour scheme for this build, and I'm going to be going really deep into doing lots of details, lots of interesting little features. As you can see, the one that I'm building right now, this sort of outcrop area, this area that sort of protrudes from the building with the windows, it's got all of this sort of custom wood structure at the top and around the bottom, mainly because I couldn't find anything to actually fit that area, so I had to use the sort of basic wooden planks, but I'm very glad that I had to do that, because it's turned out looking really nice. So while I build this building, this magnificent sort of candy shop building, which is going to be the tallest building in Main Street, by the way, apart from whatever feature I put at the end of Main Street, I thought I would talk a little bit about what I'm trying to do here, what I'm trying to create in this kind of new series. So basically, I want to create a new park. As you can see, I've completely started a new park, and Main Street will be the entrance to that park. And the reason that I chose to do it in this way is because I actually want this to be my version of a Disney park. So this is going to be my Disney Magic Kingdom. And I say my version because I'm not going to be directly copying any single attraction from any Disney park, but I will be replicating their styles and probably using the same sort of themed lands, so Frontierland, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, and then the area that sort of seems to change in most parks. In some of the parks it's a Liberty Square, sometimes it's sort of New Orleans themed. That area will be, I think, completely open to me. I think I'm going to keep that as a completely custom area where I can make my own land that hasn't otherwise been featured in any sort of Disney park. Something else that I'm going to be doing in this park is addressing the idea of themed Disney attractions that are themed to a Disney film, a Disney property, so Disney sort of IPs. Obviously, I can't use Disney IPs because I'm trying to make a series that isn't plagued with copyright issues, so I wouldn't be able to use the music or anything from these things, and I wouldn't really be able to replicate any of the characters just because of the limitations of the game. So that puts me in a very sticky position when it comes to trying to make things like, I don't know, like a Star Wars coaster or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, or any of those sort of themed attractions. And there are a lot of sort of character themed attractions at Disney, and as I mentioned, maybe last episode or the episode before, I've been talking to somebody who actually works at a Disney park as a cast member. His name is Morgan. He works in Disneyland in California, and he's been really, really, really helpful in sort of giving me a little bit of insight into the layout of a Disney park and the way that they seem to deal with sort of getting people into the park, the sort of flow of people, just really the sort of technical things that you would have to spend a long time at a Disney park to really observe. This is somebody who works there, I think most days. I'm not really sure how often he works there, but I assume it's most days. And something that he suggested was that rather than trying to replicate Disney IPs or ignoring IPs altogether, I should try to create my own IPs. And I thought that was a really great idea. So what I'm going to try to do, and this is just a rough plan at this point, and we'll see how it goes. But what I want to try to do is sort of formulate a few big IPs to go into the park and to have different themes, and I'll try to establish some backstory, maybe make a couple of like little videos about them, just to really give them a bit of, I don't know, a bit of history, a bit of something behind them, so I've really got something to work with when I'm trying to build the ride. So it's not very it's not sort of a floaty idea, it's like a really solid sort of rooted idea that's actually got some backstory and something behind it. So thanks to Morgan for suggesting that. That's a really good idea, and I'm really excited to try and give that a go. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I think that's going to be a really exciting thing to try. So some other things that I'm going to be trying to put into this park, I'm also going to be trying to replicate the sort of Disney castle. Each Disney park has its own sort of Disney castle in the center of the park. It's the centerpiece, You've got like Sleeping Beauty's castle and Cinderella's castle, and I think in Shanghai they've got the Enchanted Storybook castle, I think. I think that one's just meant to be, I don't know, a bit of everything. So I'm going to be making my own version as well. So I'm not going to be copying any single castle. I'm going to be trying to think of my own castle, trying to work out what to do, and I'm going to try and go into a lot of depth on these things. So for that castle, I'm going to be sort of making sketches, I'm going to be using examples, I'm going to be mixing together different Disney castles and different sort of real life castles as well. I'm going to really try to do this sort of legitimately, I'm really going to try to put some effort into making these things look really, really cool. Whether or not I will achieve that remains to be seen. Right now it's all just words, so we'll see what happens. But I've certainly got some time at the moment to do that. I'm sort of not working for the next, oh my gosh, nearly 4 months. If you don't know, I'm sort of at uni at the moment, university in London, so I sort of have the next 4 months completely off because I finished. So it's my intention to dedicate as much time as I can to this channel, and mainly, of course, the Planet Coaster stuff that I'm going to be building. So that's why I thought this would be a really good time to start this new park as well. Now that I really have time to actually dedicate to making it the Disney park of my dreams, really, or as close as I can get to it in this game. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I hope you guys are somewhat excited for it too. So that's my plan. That's my plan for this park and for this new series, or it's kind of going to be a series of series. Maybe I'll split it into different kind of, I don't know, seasons or something, like a TV program. So Mainstreet could be My Disney Park Season 1 or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm just really excited about it. You can hear how excited I am. I'm giggling about it. Yeah. Really excited to do that. So, let's have a little bit more of a talk about the building that I'm building now. My magnificent candy shop, which I should probably name. Whose candy shop is this? I think it should have like a sort of somebody's name, you know, Mr. Mulligan's candy shop, or something a little bit more American than that. Something, I don't know. If you have a good name for my candy shop, then do let me know. And maybe I'll try and put up a name somewhere. But as you can see, I'm trying to make this a really unique design, and I've been using that building across the street as a sort of basis for the general structure, but then I've been really adapting that. And I think this building has actually been the single longest time that I've spent on a building for Mainstreet so far. It took ages, this building. You don't see this in the game, of course, but actually this recording was spread over a course of, I think it was maybe 3 days. Obviously not the whole day, you know, just a couple of hours each day, but it took a really long time. But I'm really happy with how it's gone. I've used all of these different sort of designs. I think I've given it 1, 2, 3, nearly 4 floors. Yeah, it's got 4 floors. And that little bell at the top on the 4th, and a big sort of spire tower at the top, and I love it. And I've tried to go really unique with all the colours and stuff, so like this brickwork that you can see me putting in now, with the individual sort of red bricks spread between the very light cream bricks, and these very sort of custom windows as well. They almost look a little bit Art Deco, these windows. And I really liked how that sort of turned out. It looks really cool to me. And yeah, I'm just sort of going to move on to building the sort of booth area, where people will actually come up and buy the sweets and things. And I'm not sure what actual shop I've put in there. I don't know if there's actually a sweet shop in Planet Coaster. Is there? I'm not sure. If there is, I'll just have to make sure that that's the shop that I've put in there. I'm not entirely sure if they have one or not. If it's not in the game, then I'll put in something like a Cosmic Cow milkshakes, or like a donut shop or something similar to a candy shop, because obviously I want loads of people coming up to this building and looking at it and interacting with it and stuff. I want it to really be alive when they finally open this park. Which is going to be a long time, by the way. It's going to take quite a while to build this park. I'm going to do it as speedily as possible, but also with as much detail as possible. So, yeah, this could be a long one. It might take the whole 4 months that I have off. Or it might be a little bit quicker, or it might be a bit longer. I have no idea. Yeah, I really like these custom pillars that I've made here as well. Using a sort of larger pillar for the red, and then a smaller pillar sort of inset into it for the sort of light cream or white colour. I think that looks really nice. It gives a lot of sort of variety to the colour of the pillars and the look of them. Yeah, I think it looks really cool, and I hope you think it does too. So yeah, what have I got in there? Oh, that's a gulpy, a gulpy shop. Yeah, it's the sort of gulpy smoothie shop, I think. I might keep it as that, or I might try and make it something a little bit closer to a sort of sweet shop or a candy shop. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm trying to make the sort of custom shop front here. I wanted to use these planks to kind of make my own sort of shape to it and stuff as well, and sort of customize the actual shop within there a tiny bit. It's a little bit difficult because I can't cover too much of it, because that guy in there's got to walk around and interact with things without glitching through all the scenery. But I gave it a little go, and I've sort of changed the counter and sort of the border around it, just to make it sort of fit in a little bit more, to make it a little bit more appropriate to its setting and to how it's supposed to look. So yeah, I'm just finishing this off with some more windows, sort of custom windows with sort of a two-tone red and cream, and then I'm going around and putting some lighting in on this building. And I didn't really know where to bring the lighting from to start with, and I ended up with these sort of area lights just on the top, and I think in a later video, maybe not this video, in a later video I actually go around and make all of the lighting in the town a sort of... Oh no, I'm doing it right now. I'm making all of the lighting on the upper levels of these buildings a sort of purple colour, because I looked at some pictures of various main streets at night, and they... not all of them, but some of them seem to do this. They seem to have a singular lighting colour scheme for all the sort of tops of all the buildings. So I thought I'd give that a go. So guys, yeah, we've just about reached the end of this video. If you've liked this, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't yet, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
Thank you.